Absolutely. It's about inspiration, isn't it, for content as well? I know Lee, who's someone we all know very well today, he said to me the other day, what can we all learn from Kim Kardashian? Which sounds like a daft question, but actually it's true. She has millions of followers for a reason, as does Kanye West. I could go through all the Kardashian family here if you want me to, but I'll embarrass myself. But we can probably learn a lot from that as marketeers, can't we? What, in this industry in particular, is it tough coming up with content that is genuinely engaging? Do you need a marketing agency to do that? Or is it something that if you're a dealership, for example, or a supplier, that you can do yourself in-house? What do you think, Joel?
I've certainly seen the importance of it, and I think where you said earlier about people falling off of platforms, or they might go onto a social platform and think this isn't working for us. If they're not getting something back, that's the reason they've gone away from it. For us, we've always looked to provide unique content. We're very privileged because we're writing about something that is quite unique within the trade on the legal stance, but it's also about telling a story. So my stance to make celebrities out of the legal team was therefore putting their story as well, putting something personal. If we put something personal about somebody that we have online, we find we get a lot more hits on it as well. So it's about, it was only just this 2 weeks ago, I said we're cutting all paper adverts next year, and we're actually just going for events, because events is something we can talk about, and we can talk about them before the event and after the event and during the event, and there's plenty of content there. Whereas when it comes to paper advertising, it's very static. There's still a reason for it, but we can spend more money or more of our budget on just those building a story.
The other thing is that people overcomplicate it. And we've all probably seen adverts or campaigns and sat there and said, but what are you trying to tell me? Or what are you trying to sell me? And I think if the modern channels these days actually give you the ability to cut right to the heart of what you're trying to say to the customer much more directly. You're not dependent on them buying a publication or watching an advert or so on. You can target them. And I think the other thing that we lose sight of, and it's partly the previous question about which channel you go on, is people don't measure it properly. And we now have the ability to measure absolutely everything we do, and then to relate our future plans and future strategies back to what worked, what didn't work, and so on. When you're in the tick in the box exercise for marketing, and you're absolutely right, Keith, that's the way a lot of people do approach it. They don't have the time to do it properly. The time and money invested in doing it properly actually will pay you tenfold. There's no point creating all of these engagements and leads and inquiries and so on if you then don't follow it through. So my advice would be keep it simple and deliver on what you'd say you're going to do. And if you can do it that way and then also measure the success, then you have an evolving strategy that should work for you.
Yep. Keith, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I remember years ago trying to sell social media to my then boss, and he said to me, why would people want to follow a garage? And to be fair, I was stumped for a little bit. Okay, you got a point, I
Fair
guess.
Question.
And everything we've just said, really, if you just followed a garage and all you did is put adverts up of $1.99 a month, why would people follow? They won't. It needs to be, as John said, personal content, interesting content, and stuff that is going to actually appeal to people.
Absolutely.